Hello. This is Theta Sigma 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Who knows? In this creative outlook, I'll be talking about self appointed direction, self prescribed, self indicted growth. Instead, I'm flipping the model of personal development on its side, or maybe in a different way. You don't know that yet. I've been through personal development 1, personal development 2, and each one is a failure because that's what it's always going to be. Why do I say this? Well, throughout the adventures of going from Coach Corey Wayne to Leo Gura, Actualize.org, to Darius King, to 33 Secrets, to all these other people that are trying to give their advice, it's not about how many girls you get. It's not about how much money you get. It's about your self-appointed nature of how you feel and the growth respected from that. It's not about linear context. It's not any of that. It's not about self-identifying something for what it is. That is the fault of inclining towards a false promise that is totally not valedictorian. You go through the cycle of it, doing things that you've already done before, and it repeats. But instead, this time you know when it happens, and you don't do it. You do something else. You walk in directions you never found before. Free roaming, but free roaming in a new way. Walking in waves. Talking in waves. Talking through different contexts, through different voice echelons. It's just fun. But that's not important though. What do you want in life? Let's say I'm talking to you. This is me in the back of the camera. I'm going to show you a picture of who I am through this camera. So, I'm talking to myself through this camera. Right here. I'm right here, but I'm talking to this guy right here. It's weird. It's like a self-appointed paradox. What are you doing with your life? Why do you go on camera all the time to try to fix your problems? Why do you name yourself the doctor? Why do you want to collectively advance tech in the world? Why do you want to not become famous off of this? And why do you not have a lot of friends? Now it's his turn to talk. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of shattered into many pieces, and I don't really know which way I'm going. But all I know is that creating new models of benefit actually drags me down into a threshold where I can actually think for myself and be myself without thinking so much of what's in here or what everyone else is doing. But it's not selfishness. It's universal. It's kind of like seeing through what the main character would perceive. Or the zeroth character, or the negative one character. I don't know. You have to focus. And then that's where I talk. Well, you don't really understand this too much. It's not about advancement so clearly as it's about the social habitat. Think about the Native Americans in the past and how they were hurt and stuff. They were rampaged by America and the colonizers, and now they have almost nowhere to live, and they're probably the most advanced species or people ever on this planet rather than us, which we're not that advanced in social connection. So don't you see? And there are societies out there in the world that have a lot of that, but you're right. I have to think through that. How can we advance our social perspective rather than see it through appetite and desire? Well, see it through the unidentified article and make it identified. Pre-context. Pre-context through summation to context equation, see it through horizontal force, vertical, sideways. I don't know. How do you think on that? I don't know. Anyways, that was just jargon for now. I'm going to talk about my plans for this new model of self-identified growth. I want people to feel what personal development is, but actually see it as a hidden language that shouldn't be focused on entirely because it's too degrading and it puts you through this envelope disaster. That's what I call it, where you generally think that what you're doing is going to benefit you, but you're just going through self-obsession and you're trying to create a capitalistic thought pattern. Personal development is truly capitalistic in a way, but that's why we have to see it through a non-holocratic or non-hierarchical lens. But you have to see the math behind that to understand that. Anyways, that's all for now.